Thank you for congratulating, and let me, in all the humility on my behalf and behalf of the Bharatiya Janata Party, thank the people of Uttar Pradesh and all the other states for having given Bharatiya Janata Party another chance, and also more than that, having endorsed the kind of political culture, the kind of political approach, and the all kind of inclusive vision that Prime Minister Modi has sought to introduce in this country. And I would say this also heralds the beginning of a new political culture and a new political movement. Gone are the times where, under the dominant role of Congress party in the political spectrum of India, elections were fought on the basis of caste, creed, religion, by dividing the society. So Modi ji has taught us and has vindicated that the elections can be fought by uniting the society in the name of development, in the name of providing convenience and ease of living to the deprived sections, in the name of empowering the weaker sections. Like, for example, in Uttar Pradesh, over 100 crore toilets were built, and mostly the benefit went to the women folk, regardless of whichever religion or caste they came from. And not only that, not only empowered them, gave them ease of living, but at the same time, the Shauchalayas were named Izzat Ghar. So it was Suraksha, it was Suvidha, it was Samman. And I said the other day also, while the campaign was going on in Uttar Pradesh, that a large number of women folk who may not be saying so today would, on the day of reckoning, on the day of polling, come forward and vote for us. Because Modi ji's clear-hearted approach to reach out to those who had not been reached out is actually going to get the endorsement from the people of this country. And that is precisely what has happened.
Right. So you said that you have won on the development plan. There is no doubt that it looks like, analyzing the results till now, that the women folk in UP have voted for your party in large numbers, sir. But far as the opposition is concerned, they claim that you have won by polarizing, by speaking of 80-20, by speaking of Jinnah. What will you say to those allegations today?
No, I think this is a healthy departure from the past, because over half a century or more, the Congress has sought to condition the Indian mindset with these divisive politics, which I would say was a legacy of the British rule, when you would rule by division, by dividing the society. Modi ji has now given us a new option, which has received endorsement across the country, north to south, east to west, up to northeast, that we are now a self-respecting Atmanirbhar society. We deserve and we have the right to live a life of security, with ease of living, with respect. And that is what is being delivered by BJP under Prime Minister Modi.
And sir, since you spoke of Northeast as well, I know that, as far as Northeastern regions and states are concerned, you've also been working very closely on the development plank which this government has undertaken. All the work which you had done clearly seems to have paid off today. Far as Manipur, BJP dominating the scene.
Yeah, if you talk of Manipur, I would like to just take you back to the times before the last election, when there had been Congress rule for almost 15 years. There used to be blockades, road blockades stretched over months. And remember, if you can, even when the last election happened, assembly election happened, even during the election time there was a road blockade going on. And we had said at that time that if BJP comes to power, we will be able to enforce the priorities which are being given out by the Modi government at the center. We would be able to translate the same kind of developmental and peace agenda in Manipur state, and that is precisely what happened. Within a month, the blockade was over, and all those elements which were creating hooliganism all along, or which had been actually encouraged to do so tactically, vanished away. They went into hiding. Manipur has become one of the most developing states in the Northeast. And I tell you again, I have no hesitation to say, the single most credit goes to Prime Minister Modi. He has been so indulgent in Northeast. Even before the COVID set in, he had travelled more than 50-55 times to Northeast, more than the number of times all the past Prime Ministers put together. So it's been a tremendous amount of hard work, diligence and commitment which has resulted in this kind of outcome.
Right. So as far as, of course, all these states are concerned, the BJP, no doubt, has done phenomenally well. But in Punjab, it is an Aam Aadmi Party tsunami. The Aam Aadmi Party now says that they are a formidable force to reckon with. Aam Aadmi Party says that they are going to be the main challenger against Prime Minister Narendra Modi very soon. How do you see the upcoming 2024 elections? Who do you see is going to stand against Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
No, I'm glad you asked that, because I would like to take a minute or so to explain that, because there are certain unspoken observations not said about Punjab.
Okay.
I don't think it will be fair to draw a parallel of Punjab, Uttar Pradesh or Manipur, for the simple reason that in Punjab, the vote which Aam Party has secured is not necessarily a pro-Aam Aadmi Party vote. I would rather look at it as an anti-establishment vote. And incidentally, Bharatiya Janata Party was not a part of the establishment in Punjab. On the contrary, we were living up to the commitment of the NDA alliance dharma. Because Akali Dal had been our oldest alliance partners, there were occasions when suggestions came in, even during the last assembly election, that if we part ways with Akali Dal, we would be able to fare better. But we did not do, because this is a party which is based on certain principles, and we always reiterated that even during the times of emergency, when all our senior leaders, including Vajpayee ji, Advani ji, was put behind bars, it was the Badal, the senior Badal, who came out in support of BJP. And therefore, we were trying to live up to that dharma. It was only they chose to walk out. And when they chose to walk out, we had to start afresh. And I'm sure, in the times to come, once again, the only viable option before the people of Punjab would be Bharatiya Janata Party.
But as of now, do you see Arvind Kejriwal as your main contender, sir? Because that's what the Aam Aadmi Party claims.
Sorry, I couldn't get you.
As of now, do you see Arvind Kejriwal as your main contender? Because the Aam Aadmi Party says that in 2024 or perhaps after that, it is going to be an election between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Arvind Kejriwal. He is going to be the main contender. He is going to give you tough competition in the coming days.
No, absolutely not. That is, I think, ridiculous to think like that, because as I said, and I would repeat, this vote is not in support of Aam Aadmi Party. This is an anti-establishment vote, which possibly has benefited Aam Aadmi Party by default. And we did not try to get into this game of maneuverability, politics of maneuverability, because we were trying to live up to the commitment of alliance, which possibly was not giving us the electoral benefit, but we were conscious of that, but we lived up to certain principles, and the alliance got broken when Akali Dal chose to walk out.
All right, we'll have to really wait and watch what happens with the Aam Aadmi Party, sir, but just one more question before I let you go. Far as the Congress is concerned, looks like they have been completely decimated. It's a saffron wave in all states, except for, of course, for Punjab, sir. Do you think today, or would you say today that, the BJP is one step closer to its dream of a Congress Mukt Bharat in the 2024 elections? Do you see yourself fighting against a coalition or a rainbow of all these smaller parties, or do you still say till date that Congress is going to be your contender number one?
No, I think I would put it this way, that Congress and its allies are still trying the tricks of the past, whereas the common man of India has moved on. And it is Prime Minister Modi who knows the aspiration, who feels the pulse of the aspirational Indian of today, of new India that he describes. And under Prime Minister Modi, Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to live up to the aspirations of the contemporary Indian, instead of trying to manipulate his psyche by the tricks that might have worked in favor of Congress Party, though with a vested interest in the early decades after independence.
Well, certainly, sir. Far as the BJP is concerned, you've proved your mettle today. But just one more question. All the states have been called safely, but Goa is still, it's still not been called. You've still not reached the halfway mark. You're very close to it. What next in Goa? Are you confident of forming the government? Are you already in touch with any independent? What's the latest there, sir?
No, we are not averse to in coming together with other like-minded groups, but nevertheless, I think this is too early to engage in that discussion. Let the counting be complete, the results be out.